Here's something GLP-1 sellers don't lead with in their advertisements. When people lose weight on these medications, a big share of what they lose isn't fat, it's muscle. In the main study of semaglutide, around 40% of the weight people lost was lean mass, the muscle and tissue that keep you strong, steady, and independent. Lighter on the scale, but weaker. And that set off a real scramble to fix it. It's all over the news and your feed right now, doctors and trainers suddenly obsessed with protein and strength training. That's not a fad. It's a response to this exact problem, because all that attention pushed one simple idea into the mainstream. When you're eating less, protecting your muscle matters just as much as the number on the scale. And that idea is one of the most important lessons in cancer nutrition. Because if you're going through treatment, you may be facing the very same challenge for completely different reasons. When appetite drops, the goal isn't just to eat something, it's to protect your muscle, your strength, and your nutrition. So here's the silver lining. All that research and energy pouring into muscle preservation for weight loss, it helps everyone who's eating less, including patients in treatment. Today, we're borrowing that lesson and putting it to work for the people I care about most. Here's how it breaks down. First, we will take a look at what the evidence actually supports, how much protein you really need during treatment, and how to make every bite count. Second, how to make this personal, your numbers, and what to bring to your care team, because they have the final say. And third, since so many people reach to protein shakes and when eating is hard, what independent testing reveals about protein powders and exactly what to look for. I'm Olena Ivanova. I'm a nurse practitioner, and this is the evidence on cancer nutrition. So why is muscle worth fighting for? Muscle is what gets you up the stairs, through an infusion day, and back to the things you love. It's strength, balance, and staying independent. And there is a research signal worth knowing. In a meta-analysis pulling together around 100 studies, low muscle mass was associated with poorer survival in people with cancer. So these associations should give you, everyone, a treatment motivation to protect the muscles that you have. However, here's the challenge during treatment. Eating gets hard. Nausea, taste changes, mouth sores, fatigue, feeling full after just a few bites. And for some patients, cancer changes the body metabolism, driving a wasting process called cachexia. Muscle and weight loss fueled by inflammation, different from ordinary weight loss. Cachexia is medically complex, and it's managed by your oncology team. But targeted nutrition isn't a side note. It's a cornerstone of preventing cachexia and malnutrition in the first place. Getting ahead of it matters. So what does the evidence support? Number one, protein. The European Clinical Nutrition Guidelines recommend that people with cancer aim higher than the average adult, about 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight a day. For those of us in the US, that translates to about 0.5 gram of protein per pound of body weight. A lot of people simply benefit from paying closer attention to protein. But your exact number is personal. Your team and a dietitian set it, especially if you have any kidney concerns. Let's aim to make every bite count. Food first. Strong protein comes from Greek yogurt, eggs, fish, poultry, tofu, and lentils, plus 2 plant powerhouses worth knowing, lupini beans and edamame, both high in protein and fiber. For fish, salmon, sardines, and trout give you protein plus healthy omega-3 fats. Lean options like tilapia and poultry are great when you just want easy, gentle protein. And when weight is actually dropping, calories matter as much as protein. Add easy, dense ones: olive oil, nut butters, avocado, full-fat yogurt, fortified soups. Here's the real-world part. When your appetite is low, hitting a protein target from food alone is tough. That's where a protein shake earns its place. In one trial, a high-protein supplement helped most patients actually reach the recommended intake during treatment. And a quick note you may have heard about. Some nutrition shakes pair that protein with omega-3 fats, which, when your care team approves them, have been studied alongside protein for helping maintain lean mass during weight loss. That's a conversation for your team, not a do-it-yourself add-on. Muscle also has a partner: movement. When your team clears it, gentle strength activity helps your body actually use the protein you're eating. The guidelines are clear. Staying active during treatment is safe for most people and helps maintain strength. The one thing to avoid is doing nothing. This is the kind of thing the NutriLiv app is built around. Every food is tied back to the research, so you can see why it's suggested for someone in your situation. Now, the part that's all about you, because none of this is one size fits all. Your protein target depends on your body and your treatment, and it changes if you have any kidney issues. Any supplement, omega-3 included, should get the green light from your team first. And here's the big one. If you're losing weight quickly or feeling noticeably weaker, that's a conversation with your care team, not something to solve alone with food. Catching these things early is exactly where good nutrition does its best work. If you're in treatment, has your team talked with you about protein or appetite yet? Drop a comment. Your experience helps someone who is earlier in this process. Now let's talk shakes, since so many people lean on them when food is hard. Here's the part that surprised me. Independent testing, including peer-reviewed analysis, has repeatedly found detectable heavy metals, especially lead, in a large share of protein powders on the market. Plant-based and even organic powders tended to test higher for lead than plain whey. There is no federal limit for these metals in supplements, and experts do disagree about how much risk the amounts pose at normal servings. And separately, a trick called nitrogen spiking can make a powder look higher in protein on the label than it really delivers. There's also a cleaner label trend worth knowing. The FDA pulled its approval of red dye number 3 in 2025. None of this means a good powder can't be part of your plan. It means choosing carefully pays off. So before you buy, look for independent third-party testing. Groups like USP and NSF publish their results. And NSF Certified for Sport or Informed Sport are excellent signals, and many reputable makers post their own certificate of analysis from an accredited lab. You want tasting for both potency, meaning what's on the label is really inside, and for contaminants like heavy metals. One simple move that sidesteps a lot of this: just plain unflavored pure whey isolate. These are easy to identify because there's just one ingredient on the label. No dyes, no weird synthetics, just pure protein. Now, I'm not naming specific products here, but we've made a companion video all about protein during treatment, why it matters, and a few examples that tested clean. It's publishing right alongside this one, so it should be popping up on your screen now, and you'll always find it in our library. If you want an easy way to personalize your whole meal plan around evidence-based foods for treatment and make sure you're getting enough of the right protein, check out the NutriLiv Cancer Nutrition apps. One subscription gets you both the Anti-Cancer Atlas and the Meal Planning app. So here's what the research supports. When you're eating less, make every bite count. Lead with protein. Add easy calories if your weight is dropping, and keep moving if your team says it's safe. Lean on a well-tasted shake when food is hard. What's the one food that's been easiest to get down during treatment? Share it below. Your answer might be exactly what someone else needs today. If this helped, please subscribe and send it to someone navigating this right now.